Hey everybody, just a little state of the archive video this week, although I may have something to go with it. It depends on where I'm at on the production of the current regular archive episode. And indeed, yes, I am working on one. I think it's been a couple of months now since the last. But there is one in the pipeline, and indeed, I am in this same session shooting the box segments for that episode. But yeah, I mentioned the last time I did one of these that I'm going to try and do these quarterly. So we are now just about 3 months removed from the last one of these I did. So yeah, here's where we're at and just some general stuff. So, of course, the ongoing saga of my father and his dementia is still going on. And I hate to say it, but I feel like kind of all my worst fears just keep getting recognized over and over and over again. I truly fear that we're still measuring this in years instead of months or less, because he gets around just fine. Physically, he's doing pretty well. It's just the thought process is really kind of gone at this point. So we're kind of in, I call it chicken with its head cut off mode right now, where the body just keeps going and going and going and going, but the thought process really isn't there. A lot of times we don't get real words, or if we do, they don't make any sense. He doesn't recognize, me or mom half the time anymore. And yeah, we kind of feel like we've been slamming headfirst into quality of life here. But by the same token, he's still kind of zipping around. And as of my recording this, we are a few weeks out, another 3 weeks out or so from the next big doctor's appointment, the big neurologist appointment. And I, for one, have been trying to advocate for, cruel as it sounds, some heavier meds just to try and slow him down a bit. Because one thing that's happened is that the energy levels are just like unnaturally high. When I, at half his age, can't really keep up, something is truly not connecting. He just keeps going and going and going until he just crashes. And we've been trying to introduce things like melatonin to him and try and help the sleep patterns. And yeah, we've had limited success, but I wouldn't call anything all that great. So anyway, as it stands, I guess you could say we're still kind of flat from last time, even though that's not entirely true. Otherwise, let me see here. I mentioned that I'm working on a new regular archive episode. I'm trying to still do one of these, like every couple of months, if at all possible. If only to break up all the Ben's junk videos. But yeah, it's just been getting harder and harder. The needs just keep getting stronger and stronger, and I'm around truly all the time. I mean, it's not just... for a few years there, it was kind of just Monday through Friday, and I was still able to work on my own stuff at the same time and just kind of have him around. And I guess you could say be a babysitter of sorts, but now it's truly, truly caregiver mode at this point. And not only that, I am around 7 days a week now, and my weekdays are bad enough. It's usually a total of, on a good day, 12 hours once you add everything in and getting dinner made and getting everybody settled. But now I'm also around Saturday and Sunday too, and it's been averaging around 8 hours, maybe even closer to 10 on the weekends as well. So truly things are only being done in stolen moments at this point. And I've had weeks lately where my work time has been almost 0 hours, but I seem to have just enough little spurts of it that I am still getting some stuff done, and most weeks I have something to try and release. But anyway, I want to discuss this set for a moment here, because I think for a while I might go over to, when I do a live stream, it's in front of my AV rack. I think that might become the new archive set for a while, and here's why. I always hate admitting this, but this is my bedroom. So if I want to, go to bed, I have to do a full teardown of the lights and my acoustic panels and all that stuff. So, in the name of having something where I could just leave it up for a few days if need be, I think I'm going to start doing those in the other room, acoustically deficient as it is. But yeah, again, I'm just trying to, I hate to say cut corners, but I guess that's really what it amounts to. Otherwise, I'm thinking, aside from this episode I'm working on, I think this seasons hardly mean anything for Archive right now, but we'll just say the season will end with the next regular Archive episode. I know what I want to do, but I'm just hoping it's not too involved for me to actually pull off. But only time will tell on that front. And indeed, this summer, I have been really trying to beat the drum to have a little more of a game plan in terms of things like funeral plans and just what we're going to do. Home hospice for him, how are we going to afford that? Insurance only covers so much of that. So that's kind of my mission for the next few months, to try and work with Mom and try and come up with some sort of game plan, just because I know we're going to incur some really serious expenses, and I want us to see them coming, and we just know what we're doing. I want to have, in case A happens, we will X. In case B happens, we will Y. That sort of thing. So otherwise, that could mean a further drawdown in my own activities. As far as live streams go, I'll try and do one more live stream, the public domain theater thing, around Memorial Day or soon thereafter. And then it might just go down to only doing those quarterly, because I mentioned the last time I did one of those live streams that what I was going to kind of half discontinue them just to buy myself time to work. When I can actually do stuff, I'd rather be working on, even if it's just a Ben's junk, just something that I can really properly put together and release, instead of just a totally off-the-cuff live stream that's only going to get a relative handful of viewers. So, there's a certain amount of prioritization going on. But otherwise, yeah, the train just keeps rolling on and on and on, and I keep hoping it starts to slow down here, but I don't know. So yeah, everything is still just kind of to be continued at this point. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and shut up here before I start to really ramble. I'll talk to you again soon.